and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. So sometimes I do write letters to my future and my past self, and that is mainly a part of my journaling and the way I journal, just to remind myself of my priorities and how far I have come, because I personally tend to forget that a lot, especially the part about where I have come and where I've been and how much work I have actually done. But today I thought I would read out one of my letters to my future self because I hope that more people than myself can benefit from it. And I will just jump right into the letter. Life isn't always easy. Sometimes it gets too much. I'm guessing you feel like you are struggling a bit right now. You might even have some imposter syndrome. I know how that is and how that's been. But I wanted to remind you that even though imposter syndrome is hard, it doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. Imposter syndrome can be really hard. I felt a lot of that as you feel right now. Imposter syndrome makes it a lot harder for you to do your work because you second guess yourself a lot. And when you're sitting in the middle of it, it doesn't feel like a good thing. However, I think that when you have imposter syndrome, it is because the people around you are more experienced and maybe even better than you at the things you're doing at work. And that is actually a good thing because it means that you can learn from them. It doesn't mean that you don't belong there, even though that's the conclusion we jump to right away every time we get some sort of imposter syndrome. I have had it a lot with my job, with my YouTube channel, with my clothing brand, but it just means that there is still a lot to learn, and it means that you are out of your comfort zone. And getting out of your comfort zone is the best way to develop yourself. It isn't easy, as I've said many times before. Getting out of your comfort zone isn't easy, but it is really helpful. And having imposter syndrome is just a sign that you're way out of your comfort zone, and that's the place you need to be in order to improve and get better. And I felt like imposter syndrome kind of eats me alive at times, and I know that you feel that way as well because it hits your confidence, and in order to do the work you do, it is really important to be confident. You can't go around second guessing yourself. But look at it as an opportunity to learn from people that have the experience, that have been here for a long time. And also remember that in a job or in a group or anywhere you are with a lot of people, we all come in with different experiences. We all have learned different stuff, and we need all of them in order to be the best company or the best group we can be. Just because you haven't had the same amount of experience like everyone else, it doesn't mean that you aren't good enough. It can actually be a positive thing as well because you come in with a different perspective. And what I've learned is that in life in general and in business, the different perspectives are really important. So don't beat yourself up too hard about having imposter syndrome. It honestly, beating yourself up will make it a lot worse. Remember to remind yourself of believing in yourself. We tend to forget to remind ourselves to take care of ourselves, to believe in ourselves, and so on. And that's important to remind yourself every single day because in a hectic life, it gets really easy to just overlook yourself. We have done it many times before, and I'm hoping you won't do it in the next couple of years. And you might even feel like you haven't reached your goal yet, or your goals yet. Just be patient. things take time. Everything worth something will take a lot of time. And learning to manage with your problems, with your mind, with your thoughts is the most important thing you have done. And you have come a long way. I have come a long way in the last few years, and I believe that you have come even longer in your journey of self help. Or I wouldn't actually call it self help, but just the ability to manage your own thoughts and everything that is going on. So don't beat yourself up. It's okay to feel the way you do right now. It isn't about avoiding those feelings, that will only make it worse. It is about learning to manage them. And the same goes for imposter syndrome. It is just a thought, it is just something you're thinking, and even though it's really hard, you will get through this as well. And remember, this is a learning opportunity. So ask questions, learn, and become better. That's the only way you will improve. It's by getting out of your comfort zone. And the last thing I wanted to say is that I've always believed in you, even though sometimes it has been really hard. I've never stopped believing in us. So keep on believing. It will be okay.